Hello, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all your combatants everywhere. This is Victor, also known as Zen Dread, coming back at you with another Mortal Kombat X video. And no, this time it's not going to be gameplay. Instead, it's going to be a short rant about the current Mortal Kombat X controversy. And it's regarding the Kombat Pack 2 DLC, which was announced recently to come to the game. Kombat Pack 2 is a content pack for MKX, which includes 4 playable characters. It includes some costume packs, and it also includes some bonus skins, which were individually purchasable DLC on your respective platforms' stores. Like for example, Steam has the Steam store where you can purchase your DLC for any game that you want. PlayStation has their PlayStation Network, and Xbox has Xbox Live. So, yeah, Kombat Pack 2 is supposed to bring these little bits of downloadable content to you when you purchase the DLC later when it releases. So, what do you get in the Kombat Pack 2? Kombat Pack 2 contains 4 playable fighters, which are Leatherface, the iconic figure from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, who wields a chainsaw, and in some of his variations he has a hammer as well to cause blunt trauma to his enemies. You have the very horrific alien, the Xenomorph from the Aliens movies and the Aliens vs Predator movies as well. You have the Master Borai Cho, Shaolin Master who trained Kung Lao and Liu Kang, both very deadly Shaolins in the Mortal Kombat franchise. And finally, you have the most interesting character of them all, the Triborg, who is basically a cyber ninja from the Lin Kuei clan. And for those of you combatants, you might have heard of the Lin Kuei name before because it is Sub-Zero's clan. And Triborg is a combination of 3 cyborgs or 3 different ninjas into one. So Triborg combines Cyrax, Sector, and Smoke into one playable fighter, and these 3 different ninjas are selectable as one of his variations you can play as when you go into the character select screen. So like, say for example, I went into selecting my player, right? So say I choose my costume for Liu Kang first, and then you say you can choose my variation. Yeah, when you choose Triborg, or when you choose Boraicho, when you choose Leatherface or choose the alien, you will also have the same 3 variations available across all fighters in this game. So each fighter, as you can see, has got 3 variations, and yeah, I just had to do this. Raiden, my favorite variation is the Thunder God variation. That's the variation which you see me playing in my recent videos that I uploaded. This placer is useful for teleporting and for getting you around the map, around the combat field very easily, and Master of Storms allows you to trap your opponents and control the space of the match, just like how Sub-Zero can do with his Ice Clones in his Grandmaster variation. So yeah, that's just a small bit about the variations and how you can select different styles to play as when you choose your characters. So Triborg will have the same features as well, along as the other 3 DLC characters that you can get in Kombat Pack 2. Sounds good, right? Because Cyrus, Sector, and Smoke are coming back. They were huge fan favorites from the older Mortal Kombats, and then MK9 as well. They were quite deadly, Sector with his rockets and his flamethrowers, Cyrax with his bombs and his net attacks, and Smoke with his ability to teleport and to go invisible and throw smoke bombs to cause you to teleport from out of the sky. And apparently there's also a hidden variation for Triborg, whereby you can select to play as Cyber Sub-Zero as well. Now the reason all these people are cyberized is because the Lin Kuei, this clan of assassins, had something called the Cyber Initiative, and in MK9 you find out about it when you play through the story mode. So the Lin Kuei Grandmaster before this, while Sub-Zero, the old Sub-Zero, who ended up becoming a Noob Cybot, his name was Bihan. So Bihan was killed by Scorpion and became Noob Cybot. Okay, you have that one. That's Sub-Zero. Then you have Cyrex and Sector and Smoke. These four were under the taking orders from the Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei, who wanted to cyberize his ninjas to make them more deadly, and turn them into robots so that they'll be more efficient killing machines, and also give them maximum damage capability, because the machine is stronger than flesh, apparently. So yeah, you have that cyber initiative going on. And that's why people are so excited for Triborg. Because it's just so cool, Sounds good, right? Well, yes, it is. But only for console users. Because Kombat Pack 2 and all its associated DLC and additional content are only coming to the Xbox One and PS4. PC users are getting the shaft yet again. Yes, you heard me right. I said we're getting the shaft yet again. Because this isn't the first time Warner Brothers Games has done this. Mortal Kombat X is also not the first PC port of the game to experience this problem. MK9 had the same problem. There were so many bugs, so many errors, glitches, user experience was terrible, online sucked, and all that good stuff. Injustice Gods Among Us as well. There were some parts of the story mode you couldn't get through. Your progress would be reset. Your graphics would glitch out sometimes. You have frame data loss. MKX also suffers from the same problems. Story mode progress might be erased during launch. It had a terrible launch on the PC. It was horrible, and I know personally because I pre-ordered this game and I was part of the first wave of users that actually had the quote-unquote privilege of experiencing it firsthand to play the game. And finally, Batman Arkham Knight. Horrible, PC port of such a huge, promising game, and the latest one in the Batman series. So Warner Brothers has been no friend to the PC community for the past few years when it comes to their PC porting. And now we can't get any of the content from Kombat Pack 2. We won't have the classic Alien versus Predator, as you can see on the screen here, the Predator. You won't have that face-off happening anymore. In addition to that, Kombat Pack 2 also brings with it the enhanced online code, meaning your netcode for your online matches is supposed to be improved, because the current one which they use on PC does cause the game to slow down quite a bit. You can't find matches easily, and even if you do, you will have a lot of input lag, slowdowns. The connection gets really bogged down, and not everyone has the luxury of using fast internet or has the privilege of subscribing to faster speed internet services for better connectivity. So, we are stuck with this kind of an experience, you see. You also don't get the bonus stage called the Pit. Now, those of you who played the earlier MK games will remember the Pit, because it was a classic stage where you fight along this narrow bridge, and at the bottom of this bridge, right down at the bottom of the bridge, there are spikes. So anyone who falls down from that bridge gets impaled in this pit of spikes, and it's a stage fatality for you to be able to actually throw someone down there. See, after a match, so you input a special code, and your enemy gets punched into the depths of the pit, and it ends with a very painful, mess. So yeah, we're not getting all this content for the PC simply because Warner Brothers has not decided to support the PC version of the game anymore, or not decided to support it in terms of future content. But they will continue technical support for PC, however, and they said that they will do at least that much. And how did we find out about all this? That Kombat Pack 2 is not coming to PC, there's not going to be improved netcode, no bonus stage, nothing. It's because just last week, someone got a response after, multiple times of tweeting Ed Boon, who is the co-creator of the Mortal Kombat franchise and also the head for NetherRealm Studios, who are the developers of these games. He tweeted Ed Boon, tweeted NetherRealm Studios, tweeted Warner Brother Games, and he finally got a response from community specialist and manager Tyler Lansdowne, who said Mortal Kombat X Kombat Pack 2 and Mortal Kombat XL Edition is coming to Xbox One and PS4 only. Of course, this caused much outrage among the PC users, and everyone started raging. The Steam forums were ablaze with all the anger which the PC users, had kept within themselves because they had doubts, as to whether or not it'll be coming to PC. And this just confirmed everyone's doubts. And now a lot of people like myself are very upset because we want to support this game. We like the presentation, the quality of the content is good because NetherRealm Studios did a good job of making all these assets and making all these models, the special effects, the levels. The story was okay as well. It was nice. It had a very good cinematic presentation. But the PC part of it was terrible. And that's just one of the things which really suck about this game because it had so much promise. It still has a lot of promise. It's not all that bad because there's still hope, that something good might come out of all this. The PC community is actively making noise and wanting to be heard by Warner Brothers and NetherRealm Studios. There's even an online petition which is actually available, and you can see this on the internet if you want, that certain members of the community are really proactive. They created a petition so that the content will be made available on PC eventually. The improved netcode comes to PC as well. And there are so far 5,000 signatures, or more than 5,000 at this point, I believe, on the PC petition, And it shows that the community is serious about this because we really want to support this game and we want the same experience as the console users have. That's all we're asking. So why all this selective platform racism by a huge development house, and a huge publishing house like Warner Brothers? We don't know. There's no definitive answer. No one wants to be accountable for their actions. There's no official explanation as to why this is happening all of a sudden, especially at the end of the life cycle of the game. Because Mortal Kombat X is not even a year old. It's only 8 months old. 8 months old. And this is supposed to be the last combat pack or the last additional piece of content that the game gets. And in addition to this, Mortal Kombat XL, like I mentioned earlier, is supposed to be like a complete edition of this game. And even that is coming to consoles only. Because for some reason, it seems to Warner Brothers like people on the PC don't want to support their product. We don't want to buy their product. Or to put it in reverse, they don't need our money. There are over 500,000 people on the PC who have bought this game. 500,000. That's 500,000 people, That's a lot for a fighting game. And if you assume that all these 500,000 people bought the normal edition of the game, which is charged for $60 for standard edition, that means that Warner Brother Games made $30 million worth of sales for this game alone. Like I said, that's just assuming that everyone bought the standard edition of the game, which of course that's not the case. Some people like me bought the premium edition, which cost $90. You see, so they made at least 300 million. Not to mention, you have all your other DLC like your individual skins that I mentioned earlier, which you can purchase and everything, and that just adds to their revenue, So it's quite puzzling that they would just decide to drop everything and run. Why would they do this? Why go to such great lengths to constantly infuriate the PC fan base which you have for your game, which is actually a good game, and that we want to support? And which we probably, would have solutions to offer about porting this game to PC or, making things work. Because I'm sure that a lot of the members in the PC community would be definitely willing to help address these problems which the publishers are having. So why the selective hate? Why the platform racism? That's what really gets to me. It's not so much the fact that we're not releasing the content. It's the fact that these big names choose without any rhyme or reason which platform they just want to publish their games on, or which ones they want, which platforms or which group of consumers they want to sell to, and they just do it because they can or because they want to. And once they do that, they suddenly say, oh, you know what, nah, screw that, no, we don't want to support it because we don't feel like it, or because we are incapable of actually giving it to people who are competent enough to know what to do. But that's not how it should be, isn't it? Because even though you might not have made as much sales as the consoles did, because MKX sold 4.5 million copies on both the consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One. Even though they might not have sold as much, it's still the right thing to do to support your customers on the PC, no matter how small the community is, even if it's only 500,000 people to them, because it's the right thing to do. The right thing to do. So, Warner Brother Games, you have only one more chance to redeem yourself by explaining how this whole mess started and how we, the PC community, can actually help you, if you want us to help you, reverse the situation. Because we want the content which the consoles are getting, not because we are jealous of them or because we are envious or whatever. It's simply because we are asking to be treated with equal respect as to how much respect you're giving the console players. That is all the PC players are asking for. Because it seems like, the PC players don't matter to you guys at all. It's like, we are to be discarded. We are like second-rate citizens to you guys. So, as the story develops, fellow combatants and boys and girls, I'll keep everyone updated, and that's practically the end of my, my video, my opinion about this whole thing. I'm really upset about this turn of events because I like making videos of me playing the characters in this game. I like how the game feels. I like the experience. But now that I can't play as Cyrex, Sector, and Smoke as Triborg, or I can't experiment with Bo Raichu, I can't just brutalize people as Leatherface with his chainsaw, and I also can't strike fear into my enemies as the alien. I am quite depressed. I really am. Because I was looking forward to it, and they just do this at the last possible minute and say that they're not supporting the PC version. So it's very, very bad public relations by Warner Brothers Games and very bad faith in your customers, because it shows in your actions, WB Games, and I really am disappointed. As a result of this, if this is not fixed, I am not buying even a single Warner Brothers game after this. I'm really not going to support any more of their games, guys. And if you see me buying the next Mortal Kombat on PC, please tell me that you're upset with me. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you guys in the next personalized combat cast, which I will have. I plan on uploading some gameplay video with maybe Liu Kang next, because I managed to unlock his Revenant skin after donkey's years. So yeah, guys, keep a lookout for that one, and I'll see all you combatants on the battlefield, right? Peace.